Today, we're back with some new agent concepts, and I'm not gonna lie, these are some banger concepts that I would love to see in Valorant. I ain't gonna even waste your time with this intro. Bam! First one on screen right there, Lola, and I gotta say, this artwork, the design, and creativity in the abilities is absolutely amazing. Now, starting with the artwork itself, her character looks fantastic, unique, pops up, and looks like a unique character. You know, that's a big one. Like, it looks like they would have their own identity, and furthermore, it looks like it's drawn by a Riot employee, something that Riot would do within the universe in their own design. So just right off the bat, we're starting with a crazy start here. Now, her biography is quite simple. Lola knows how to get noticed and likes to have all eyes on her. Her role is to deceive the enemy. Her diversions clear the way for her team. Can we really trust her? Defy the fake. You can see, man, I love the way this is presented. It just, even her artwork here holding the Valorant symbol, man, this, you know, creative, very creative. Of course, all sources down below to the artist. Make sure to check out the links directly. The abilities here are drawn out, and even the ability icons are amazing. They're drawn out so amazing. Just straight up looks like it's within the game. I'm in awe and shock. I love it. But let's get on to the first ability called Fake Spike. Man, the artwork here, you guys are probably taken aback. You have to be. There's no way. So Fake Spike, plant a fake spike making exactly the same sounds, but not exploding. Faking a plant on a bomb site, bip, bip, bip. So this, man, this is so creative. So I don't know how useful it would be, but on defensive side, the fake spike can defuse a real spike if planted next to them. So if it's a 1v3, you'd be able to plant the fake spike, it would start diffusing, and then you'd just be guarding it. This is so creative. Like, both on attack and defense, I think this is very, very creative. I don't know how useful it is on attack, because it's just only for faking a plant, but on defense, that is an insanely cool ability. Like, I rate it hard, and the artwork just keeps, the artwork goes hard, man. This is so sick. The fake spike has a little heart shape there. Even in the bottom right, they basically made a heart rank. Like, man, artwork here just too good, too good. The next ability is Love Potion. It's a pink gas created in secret by Lola. When an enemy inhales the gas, they will fall in love with Lola. They can't shoot her, but can shoot other opponents for 5 seconds. Now, I don't know the logistics of this one. I don't know how technically they can make it so someone poisoned by the gas cannot damage Lola, but can damage everyone else. Sounds like a little bit of a coding gymnastics, but if it could be figured out, this thing would be sick. Of course, they have two. It looks like maybe they throw it. They even have a visual in game on how they would look when charmed. This basically looks like Ari's heart from League of Legends, and I think it would work. I wonder if it'd be like a little glass orb they throw. It's a small smoke, only lasts a little bit, and then they can run through it, or maybe it has to be on impact. Not sure, but the concept is really there. I think the ability itself sounds kind of cool, and it's very fitting for her character, right? Her overall design here is pink with smoke and hearts. Looks amazing. Like, straight up, it's a very in-your-face design that works very well. Now, the next ability is Chromatic Duplication. Create a static holographic double of Lola who can spot enemy in its field of view. Very useful for faking positions. Now, you can see here, fake plus real, they'd look identical, and they also have a few artworks here in the bottom left for Chromatic Duplication. I don't know how the enemies would see it. Bang flag deployed when an enemy shoots a holographic double, which is really interesting. So even if you just tap it, it'll shoot out the bang symbol. So it's not super OP or anything, and it's not even that similar to the Yoru rework upcoming. You know, where we know that Yoru will set out a full body clone. It's not like that either. They're supposed to hold position. So it's more for, this is interesting because it's less about faking the enemy. The enemy will still have to shoot you or shoot the clone, but it's more to gather information. And you can kind of see on defense how this would play, right? The fake spike that would start diffusing the real spike. You put these down to cover your angles. Now, in this case, it shows that it would have 5. That would be too OP, but the actual concept is so solid. It's really, really there. Here we have some artwork to emphasize her character. I don't have a lack of affection, okay? I don't care. She holds a lollipop in her mouth. Again, just builds the character really well. We even have a little bit of an in-game 3D. Man, with the abilities, like, this, man, like, so skilled. The artwork here is so skilled. Then we have an entire flip on its head, a more anime style pop in your face artwork. Definitely shows her character a lot more. You can see her almost throwing these heart ranks near at the bottom. Very, very well done. Like this is amazing. We even have Lola cards, and they have tons of detail, tons of spirit. Just amazing, amazing, really well done. But that'll wrap up Lola. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and let's head on to the next agent. Next we have Crow. Now, obviously the artwork here, again, very similar to Valorant, looking like a banger, but not as fleshed out as Lola, only text-based abilities, but still I'll read them out to you because they are very interesting. The first one is called Flock. Crow summons his holographic crows to cover a small area. I assume he basically lets out these crows that are apparently holographs that can scout the area. So again, more so for information. The next ability is Mob Prism. Similar to Killjoy's Nanoswarm, Crow throws one of his prisms that he can later activate. Once activated, the prism opens up a holographic portal below the enemies, passing by automatically, affecting them with paranoia. It will start to inflict damage the longer they stand in it. This sounds so cool because Nanoswarm is very, very interesting, but it's a straight up damage ability. So something like Nanoswarm, which is maybe invisible and you let it out, causing paranoia, the same thing as Omen's Blind, is so fitting for this character and would be a banger. And it's not like it does basic damage right off the bat. It does more damage the longer they are in it, meaning it's more so a displacement ability to cause chaos and get the enemies moving out of the way. The next ability is Hollow Wall. Equips a panel that deploys a thin holographic wall. It can be placed on floors and or walls, and the enemy must destroy the panel to completely remove the wall or risks themselves being slowed if they decide to pass through it. Now the only thing is, without visuals, I don't understand if this holographic wall blocks vision or not. If it blocks vision and it can be destroyed, it makes me wonder its use case for it, because we have like a Viper wall that can't be destroyed, but if you walk through it you get slowed. I don't know if that's good enough of a debuff. I actually think this ability sounds weak, but who am I to really say? Now the ultimate is Murder of Crows. Crow uses his holographic birds to cover a wide area. The crows form a hollow cylinder prison that will make the enemy team vulnerable once inside. This lasts until Crow is dead or until he leaves the cage. Now I'm not entirely sure what this looks like, but I assume what it means is, you know how Astra puts a very wide wall across the map? Instead, think of a cylinder, and anyone inside the area will have a massive debuff, but if Crow himself leaves the area, the ultimate will also disappear. This makes sense if you compare it more to Viper. So he actually puts a note here. Crow is a controller type agent equipped with utilities that emit holographic birds. His abilities include a smoke, a wall, and a molly, and the ult is similar to Viper's. So instead of a Viper area, instead think of a big cylinder, but he has to play within that cylinder for the enemies to be debuffed. Now sadly, without visuals, it's all up to our imagination, but I rate the design of the character himself, and I could technically, like really, honestly, truly see it in Valorant, but that's enough of Crow. Time to move to our final agent concept. This one's also a banger. Her name is Ender. That's her on screen. There's quite a lot to go over, so let's get into it. Unlike the other two, this has some lore. It's very, very short, but I think the lore is very creative. So, Ender is a cyborg created by Kingdom Corporation, the first non-radiant to use Radionite Stone to actually harness their power. Ender uses it as his source of power and for combat. Ender is a strong agent but must not use his power to the max potential, as it will slowly kill him. As Ender acquires this power, he decided to become a hostile to the kingdom and started hunting Radiants. Luckily, we do got abilities. They are also written out, but we got little ability icons, so I ain't hating too much. I think his design is very, very cool. From afar, I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was a girl. I wasn't entirely sure, but at the same time, it's a cyborg, so they're pretty much gender neutral, I suppose. But the abilities are pretty cool. Ender's Cutthroat. Ender dashes through the enemies using his bionic sword, damaging and leaving a mark on them. Mark lasts for 2 seconds. If Ender successfully kills the marked enemy, another Ender's Cutthroat is available for 10 seconds with 1 charge. This is a Genji dash. Now a Genji dash in Valorant, no idea, but we do have Jet. and the new agent come in, which are supposed to be super fast. So I wouldn't hold it against Riot to make something like this possible. The next one is Radionite Smoke. Ender throws or drops a smoke bomb containing Radionite that lasts for 8 seconds. Wow, that's a long smoke. Okay. When Ender enters a current smoke for the first time, he will enter stealth for 1 second. Works on ally smokes too, has total of 2 charges. Oh, so he goes invisible for a short while entering smoke. Ooh, that sounds fun. That's pretty cool. The next ability is Power Charge. Ender uses his Radionite core to charge his weapon for 2 seconds. Current weapon holdings increases its damage fire rate but sacrifices 10% of his current health. Lasts for 6 seconds. While at this state, Ender heals himself when damaging enemies. 40-second cooldown. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, whoa, that's a lot to take in. So let's say I'm holding a Vandal and I pop this and I have 100 health. I'll then have 90 health, but my Vandal is super buffed. But then if I get a kill, I also heal. So that is powerful, but that needs a way higher risk. I would say sacrifice 50% of your health for the buffed weapon, but every time you get a kill, you get like 15% back or something, or 25% back. So it's higher risk with good reward, because that sounds crazy. Now the ultimate is True Ending. Man, these sound cool. Okay, the ultimate's True Ending. Ender enters his final state, making him wield his sword and extremely increases his movement speed for 8 seconds. After True Ending, Ender will overheat, making his remaining health lose 50%. 7 ultimate points. Okay, so basically it's a Genji ultimate. You'd pop it, use the dash, slice people to death, but you'd lose 50% of your health. Wow. I don't know. I really don't see how a sword would play in Valorant, but the concept is there. Let me know what you guys think about a sword in Valorant. I'm not too sure how it would play out, but sounds really, really cool. But that's our final agent concept for the video. Let me know which one was your favorite. Mine is definitely Lola. I started with it because I think it was the most fleshed out, but all 3 are extremely cool. Again, sources in the description. Go check out the artists. Huge shout out to them for making this even possible. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.